What's at stake? Imagine a world where death is optional. Where your memories, thoughts, and consciousness could be transferred, bit by bit, into a machine. A world where your mind lives forever, even if your body doesn't. This isn't the plot of a sci-fi movie. This is a real scientific goal, and it's called cybernetic immortality, the radical idea that your brain could be uploaded to a computer before 2050. Big names like Elon Musk, Ray Kurzweil, and entire research labs at MIT and Google are chasing this dream. The idea is simple in theory but incredibly complex in practice. If the human brain is just neurons firing in patterns, can we replicate those patterns digitally? In this video, we'll dive deep into what cybernetic immortality actually means, how far along we are, what companies and governments are secretly developing this technology, and whether it's a miracle, or a nightmare, in the making. Part 1. Cybernetic immortality refers to the idea of preserving human consciousness by transferring it from the biological brain to a digital medium, like a computer, a robot, or a synthetic body. The goal? To outlive the fragile human body and escape death. The roots of this concept trace back to the 1950s, but it gained serious traction in the 2000s. Thinkers like Hans Moravec, Nick Bostrom, and Ray Kurzweil argue that if we can understand every aspect of the brain, its structure, chemistry, and electrical signals, we can simulate it digitally. This means creating a mind clone that not only stores your memories but also acts, thinks, and evolves like you. Some believe that this digital version would essentially be you. Part 2. To upload a mind, we first need to map the brain in extreme detail, down to each neuron and synapse. This is called whole brain emulation. Currently, supercomputers can simulate small chunks of a mouse brain, but human brains contain 86 billion neurons and trillions of connections. One breakthrough is neural nanorobotics, tiny robots that could enter the bloodstream and scan every part of the brain from within, transmitting data to an external system. Another approach is slicing and scanning, freezing the brain and digitally reconstructing it layer by layer. Projects like the Blue Brain Project and Neuralink are taking the first steps. In fact, some researchers estimate that by 2045, full brain emulation may become possible. But here's the catch: mapping a brain isn't enough. We'd need to understand how consciousness emerges, and that's still a mystery. Part 3. Despite the hype, we're not there yet. While AI can beat humans in games like Go or generate human-like conversations, the human brain remains the most complex object in the known universe. One major obstacle is connectomics, the science of mapping all neural connections in the brain. The best full brain scans we have are from tiny organisms like the C. elegans worm, which has only 302 neurons. A human brain is millions of times more complex. Still, progress is accelerating. The Human Connectome Project has made significant strides in brain mapping. At the same time, Neuralink and similar companies are building brain-computer interfaces that can decode thoughts in real time. So, will we be able to upload a human brain before 2050? If breakthroughs continue in nanotech, eye modeling, and neurobiology, maybe. Some experts say it could take 100 years. Others, like Kurzweil, say it will happen within 25 years. But even if we succeed, what exactly are we uploading? Part 4. Let's talk about who's actually working on this right now. Neuralink, Elon Musk. While its public goal is helping paralyzed patients communicate, its long-term vision includes merging human consciousness with AI. 2045 Initiative, Dmitry Itskov, a Russian project aiming to upload human minds into robotic avatars. They've laid out a timeline to achieve cybernetic immortality by 2045. The Blue Brain Project, Switzerland, using supercomputers to digitally reconstruct animal brains, starting with mice. Brain Preservation Foundation, focused on perfecting brain preservation techniques through cryonics and chemical fixation. OpenWorm, successfully emulated the simple worm C. elegans in a computer, and it behaved like the real thing. Even DARPA, the US military's tech division, is investing in mind-uploading research. Why? For enhanced soldiers, rapid learning, and even mental telepathy on the battlefield. Part 5. Now let's talk ethics. If we upload a mind, is that you, or just a copy? This is the ship of Theseus problem in a digital form. If your thoughts, memories, and personality exist in a machine, but your biological body dies, did you really survive? Or did you just create a clone? Religious groups have raised concerns. Is digital immortality playing God? Some ethicists warn that this could create a world where only the rich can live forever, leading to extreme inequality. Then there's the question of identity drift. If your digital self evolves separately from your original self, who are you, really? And what happens if someone hacks your mind? Part 6. Let's be honest, this could go very, very wrong. A digital consciousness might suffer in ways we can't even imagine, like being trapped in a corrupted file for eternity. Or worse, your mind could be cloned and sold, used for labor, or even weaponized. Black Mirror-style futures suddenly don't feel so far away. There's also the risk of a consciousness singularity, where millions of uploaded minds merge or collide, creating a chaotic new form of existence. We simply don't know what happens when digital minds evolve at digital speeds. And if these systems become self-improving, we might not be the ones in control anymore. Part 7. Once a digital version of you exists, who owns it? Do you get to choose where it lives, how it evolves, and when it's deleted? Or will corporations, governments, or even AI itself claim control over your second self? This opens a Pandora's box of legal and moral questions. Imagine a future court deciding whether your digital self has human rights. Even if we upload minds perfectly, governance is still a missing piece of the puzzle. Part 8. Let's ground this in reality. While futuristic, the basic science is grounded in neuroscience, computer science, AI modeling, and nanotechnology. We're already using AI to simulate parts of the brain. We can grow neural tissue in labs. And we're decoding thought patterns with brain-computer interfaces. The problem isn't that it's impossible. It's that it requires extraordinary precision and breakthroughs in energy, computation, ethics, and policy, all at once. So, the hype isn't baseless, but it's far ahead of the timeline. Humanity's last invention? Some call cybernetic immortality the final human invention, because once we upload our minds, everything changes. Death loses meaning. Biology becomes optional. The body is no longer the prison of the soul. But is that freedom, or is it the end of what makes us human? Would you upload your brain, knowing you may never return? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Technology Future Vision for more deep dives into the future of human and machine.